Banquet Center for the New Neighbors Luncheon and Talent Show.
That made me feel good, yes. Charlotte called and said, Shirley, we're going to have a nympho luncheon of ladies that are going to come out. Now, for the sake of time and for the fact that I slaughter people's names, I am going to allow you to read the names of the performers on your own. If you get it wrong, blame yourself. I will just name the act.
That helps.
And the
It's
number
still
that
not
we're going to be
much.
doing. But it was already there's a change. I walked in today and then immediately there's change. Change. So you see, you have to go with the flow. You got to be able to go, you know, if they change, you change with it. And one of the names in the first act was not Charlotte, the very end there, should be replaced by Beth Maddox. Okay? So the first act, the Cloggers. Ladies? And you really can't appreciate that unless you try and walk on this floor. So they really did a great job. Well, I just thought maybe you might be interested a little bit about me. I come from a large family. No, I mean large in number. And I'm number 9 of 10 children. My mother and father still living. They live in Winter Haven, Florida. I know because we send a check every month.
I don't know.
As I said, was number 9 of 10 children, and it is true, you save the best for the last. They did sneak in a little brother on me. But we were a big, happy family, and I grew up in Niles, Michigan. I left there in 1961. I always say it like this. I was born in Arkansas. I was raised in Michigan. I met my husband in Louisiana. I married him in Alaska. We lived in Pennsylvania. They found out we were there, so we moved to Ohio. We've been in Ohio for 18 months now. No one knows. But they probably will. And as I said, I'm from Niles. Have any of you ever gone back to your class reunion? So on the 15th anniversary, I thought, if I don't go now, can you imagine me going back now? Because I was thin then, I was younger. So I went back. It's 15 class reunion. And I got all ready. I had in my hair. 2 days before the class reunion, every nail on my 5 fingers of each hand broke off. So I ran out and bought false ones. Put them on. My friend and I, we lived in Philadelphia at the time, went all the way up to New York to buy my outfit. Because in Philadelphia they didn't have anything. It was just an excuse to get to New York. So anyway, I got all ready. My sister still lives in Niles, Michigan, where I'm from. And I got ready, and I was going out the door, and I had 2 Avon rings on, one on this hand and one on this hand. My sister says, wait a minute, Shirley, wait a minute. She says, you going to wear that? I said, yeah. She's taken it off. She gave me her 3.5 carat ostentatious ring, and I went, oh, I couldn't, okay. Her daughter-in-law was there, who had just inherited her grandmother's jewelry, and they happened to be own some jewelry stores in South Bend, Indiana, so you know what she had on. And I walked over, she said, yes, you can, which one would you like to wear? And I looked, and there was a beautiful ruby with surrounded by 6 diamonds. So I put that on this hand, and I went to my class reunion. They said, Shirley, where have you been? I said, oh, I've been east. I didn't say anything about down south. And so I went into the ladies' room. Now, you know, every class has a Bonnie Bachman. You know, the one that never had a hair in a place. She was a cheerleader. She got good grades. She never got caught. I don't say she was good. I'm just saying she never got caught. There's a difference between good and never being caught. She never got caught. She was in the ladies' room, and I recognized her right away. And she said, Shirley Davidson. That was my maiden name. Bonnie Bachman. She said, you look so great. And I said, thank you. I was waiting for her to ask me where I've been. You know, east, west. Her calling ladies. Okay, here's okay. So she said, you look so fantastic. And I did. And I said, oh, thank you. there was a wash station here, you know. We had this in a ritzy place. There was an attendant that you could tip. It was nice. Holiday Inn. There was a sink here with a soap dish. And I'm standing there just swelling up with all this. You look great, you look so sophisticated. She went on to the point where I thought, I must have not been sophisticated and neat when I was here before, because she's just going on and on and on. So I just sort of put my hand down on the counter like this. Said, Jan, she just said, oh, you just look so good, so sophisticated. Where have you been? And I said, you really think I'm sophisticated? And she said, oh, yes, you really do. And I said, look where my hand is. It was in the soap dish. You know what a soap dish looks like after it's been used? And so I was picking my hand up and asking if she could wipe my hand.
So just keep following this person around. Okay.
I'm not joshing you ladies. This is true. I may have embellished on it a little bit, but the next thing, I'm never going to bring some class back to the show today. And ladies, these glasses are just to make you feel good. I don't need them. I lie a lot too. A violin solo by Sue Rafelko. So you need a chair?
No, I'm standing.
Okay. She's going to tune.
This is my accompaniment.
Here, Sue, you want to come here and say that again?
This is my accompanist, Ellen Zidell. Without her, this piece wouldn't happen.
I'm just a little embarrassed because I tuned her violin for her. Then I offered to turn the pages and they said no. So, the next number that's going to be done for you is very clever. And it is going to be, I'm sitting here watching the ladies as they line up for it. Okay. The New Neighbor League Munchkins. I think we got them through the door this time.
Where's my guy? Where is he? Over here.
When I first came here to New Neighbors, they all got together, the ladies on the board, and said, who's going to befriend Shirley Snyder? And I'll tell you how smart they are. It took 2 weeks for them to decide. But what they did, I think it was a brainstorm at Winnie's, because you know she has them. Brainstorms, I mean. She said, look, the only way to do it, decent way to do it, is to draw straws. And Maureen lost. So Maureen's my friend. And on good days, I'm her friend. Okay, we have got a group of ladies that I really wish I could sing. My dear Mr. Shane. You know, like Bette Midler? Did you get ideas that I sounded like Bette Midler? Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay, we have got a group of ladies singing, My Dear Mr. Shane.
My dear
take a second to set the
Blossoms to cling to the vine. I taste your strawberries. I drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows will all pass away ere I forget all the joys that are mine today. I'll be a dandy and I'll be a rover. You know who I am by the songs that I sing. I feast at your table, I sleep in your clover. Who cares what tomorrow may bring? Today, while blossoms still cling to the vine, I taste your strawberries, I drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows will all pass away ere I forget all the joys that are mine today.
Did you see your names on the program? I didn't see them.
Carol looked at the program.
You're not on the program, ladies. I'm sorry. I hope we have that on video.
We do.
Good. We can blackmail them with that, you know. Wait till they see it. I think what we should do now is get back to a class act. After that. Okay, as you can see, Ellen is already seated at the piano, and they've not asked me to turn the music again. So Ellen Zadell is going to play the piano. know, it's difficult when Charlotte called me and she said this was going to be a talent show, and I really did say, well, why in heaven's names are you calling me? And I started thinking, now, I do have a talent, and I do have a claim to fame, so I'm going to tell you. Now, I know that you probably won't believe it, you think I'm lying, but I'm not. I was the 1963 United States Air Force singles and doubles in tennis. I crushed it, didn't I, Winnie? Yeah, and my claim to fame, I warmed up Yvonne Goolagong one time, the Virginia Slims, in Philadelphia at the Palestra, when no one was looking. And I remember, I prayed, oh, Lord, just let me get it back to her. You know, just let me get it back. Because the day before, I had set up in the balcony at Palestra in Philadelphia and watched her beat the living daylights out of Virginia Wave. And I sat at the end so I could see the way the balls came in and how they turned as they served. Oh boy, I tell you, I was ready for her. The first one I took to the net. The second one got over the net. It really wasn't bad because she was very gracious. She was one of the nicest ladies on the professional tour at that time. And I won't tell you when that was because it might age me a little bit, but I remember I saw Margaret Court. That was her last year in playing. I see the ones that are tennis players out there. They're going, Margaret Court, yeah. So anyway, I do have talent, so I just wanted to leave that with you. And Winnie, I heard about what happened over at the mall. I really felt bad. I hope you weren't too embarrassed. Are you people smelling a setup? Well, we have some more talent in here besides Winnie. And we are going to have the 50s Quartet, and they're going to be doing My Boyfriend's Back.
She hung around
face on that. I saw them rehearse, and I was laughing so hard at them. They toned it down a little. Well, listen, I can't leave you all in the lurch about Winnie. So, I just have to warn you, not any of you ask to go with Winnie or take Winnie over to the mall. Because the other day she went into the mall and there was a promotion, and they're always doing promotionals there at the mall. There was ladies at all the entrance handing out Kit Kat bars. You know, Kit Kat bars? And Winnie took one, you know, anything free. Winnie took one and she went and did her shopping. And from what I heard, she did quite a bit of buying, purchasing. She was very tired. She went down, she sat down on one of the benches at the mall, the Dayton Mall. And she reached down and bit a piece off that Kit Kat bar. She took a bite of it. But there was a gentleman sitting right next to her. And he reached down and he took a bite. He took a piece off and ate it. And when he was, why, that's a little nervy of him to do that. But you know how gracious Winnie is. She didn't say a word. So she reached down and she broke off another piece and she ate that. She watched it. A little bit, he reached down, broke off another piece, and she said, well, I'll be good. That is really something. You know, Winnie can get a little irritated at times. She did. But she didn't say anything to him. She just got her bags up and walked off. She was a little upset. I don't blame her. They want to eat my Kit Kat bar. They take their life in their own hands. But anyway, she went off ahead and did some more shopping. And I'm only getting the second hand, ladies. Only second hand. And as she was going out the door, you know where the Chick-fil-A is? The old man that was eating her candy bar was standing there just about to bite into a Chick-fil-A sandwich. And when he says, I'm going to get him, she went right up to that man as he was about to take a bite of that Chick-fil-A sandwich and took his hands, pulled it down in front of her face and took a bite out of it and walked off. She said, that will teach him. I know it's hard for you to believe. Not winning. She got home feeling very good that she got that guy back. She put all her things down, she opened her purse, and inside her purse was her Kit Kat bar. Going to be one I have to read because I can't memorize more than 3 lines. So the next group of ladies are going to come up, and they are called Small Time Players, and they're going to do some readings for us. Kathy Farr, Lynn Ehrman, and my own writing here, Marlene Jean, I'm saying it wrong. Marla Jean Zudi. She paid me to mix her name up. That was not really my mistake. I did that deliberately. Okay. And Susan Hasek. And hey, listen, you didn't pay me, honey. Now let's tone it down. You paid me, you can say something. Okay. Ladies, I'm not going to read this because I don't know it. Ladies, why don't you come on out and get set for your reading. Dear Kathy Farr is going to be doing Patterns by Amy Lowell. Lynn is going to do Margaret Fuller Slack from Spoon River Analogy by Edgar Lee Masters. I forgot to cross my T. You knew that already. I heard somebody out go, Masters. You think I'm illiterate. I knew that. and it's going to be called Desiree Lost Love. And Susan is going to do what are you going to do, Susan? Eugenia Todd. This is why they asked me to do this. Ladies, thank you.
I walk down the garden path, and all the daffodils are blowing, and the bright blue squills. I walk down the garden path in my stiff brocaded gown, with my powdered hair and jeweled fan. I, too, am a rare pattern, as I wander down the garden path. My dress is richly figured, and the train makes a pink and silver stain on the gravel and thrift of the borders. Just a plate of current fashion, tripping by in high-heeled ribbon shoes. Not a softness anywhere about me, only whalebone and brocade. And I sink in a seat in the shade of a lime tree, for my passion wars against the stiff brocade. The daffodils and squills flutter in the breeze as they please, and I weep, for the lime tree is in blossom, and one small flower has dropped upon my bosom. And the plashing of the water drops in the marble fountain comes down the garden path. The dropping never stops. Underneath my stiffened gown is the softness of a woman bathing in a marble basin. A basin in the midst of hedges grown so thick that she cannot see her lover hiding, but she guesses he is near. And the sliding of the water seems like the stroking of a dear hand upon her. What is summer like in a fine brocaded gown? I would like to see it crumpled on the ground, lying in a heap. I would be the pink and silver as I ran along the path, and he would stumble after, bewildered by my laughter. I should see the sun flashing from his sword hilt and the buckles on his shoes, and I would choose to lead him in a maze along the patterned path, a bright and laughing maze to my heavy-booted lover, till he caught me in a shade, and the buttons of his waistcoat bruised by, aching, melting, unafraid. With the shadows about us in the open afternoon, and the sun drops and the plopping of the water drops, I am very likely to swoon for the weight of this brocade, for the sun sifts through the shade. Underneath the fallen blossom in my bosom is a letter that I have hid. It was brought to me this morning by a rider from the Duke. Madam, we regret to inform you that Lord Hartwell died in action Thursday tonight. As I read it in the white morning sunlight, the letter squirmed like snakes. Any answer, madam, said the footman. No, I told him. See that the messenger takes some refreshment. No, no answer. And I walked into the garden, up and down the patterned path, in my stiff caress brocade. The blue and yellow flowers stood up proudly in the sun, each one. I stood upright too, held rigid to the pattern by the stiffness of my gown. Up and down I walked, up and down. In a month, he would have been my husband. In a month, here, underneath its line, we would have broke the pattern. He for me, I for him. He is colonel, and I is lady, on the shady seat. He had a whim that sunlight carried blessing, and I said, it shall be as you have said. Now, he is dead. In summer and in winter I shall walk up and down the patterned garden patch. The squills and daffodils will give place to pillared roses, to asters, and to snow. I shall go up and down in my gown, gloriously arrayed, boned and stayed. And the softness of my body will be guarded from embrace by each button, hook, and lace. For the man who shall loose me is dead. Fighting with the Duke in Flanders in a pattern called war. Christ, what a pattern.
I would have been as great as George Eliot, but for an untoward fate. For look at the photograph of me made by Pennyworth. Chin resting on hand, deep-set eyes, gray too, and far-searching. But there was the old problem. Should it be celibacy, matrimony, or unchastity? Then John Slack, the rich druggist, wooed me, luring me with the promise of time for my novel. And I married him, giving birth to 8 children. No time to write. It was over with me anyway. For I ran a needle in my hand while washing the baby's things and died of lockjaw. An ironical death. Hear me, ambitious souls. Sex is the curse of life.
At 17, I had a dream of one far-off day when I would name you Desiree. Born of fear was the decision made, not lightly, I swear. Death seemed so near the way I was destined to bear my young. I was so sure, felt so secure, that it was you tucked safe inside me, the chosen one, last to enter my world before the gates were forever closed behind you. But God sent someone else in your place, another sweet little face. But he's not you, my Desiree, and there you are, oh so far on the other side of forever, never to know my loving arms or to place inside my heart. And I must live with what I did. For in that moment when I knew the child I'd born wasn't you, I could have stayed the surgeon's hand. But full of fear and so resigned, I carried through and it was done, not stopped in time. My stream of tears is a torrid river, so overwhelmed with grief am I, fully feeling the finality of what I did, grieving my lost love, who will never live. Desiree, daughter desire, you're alive in my mind, but only for a time while I spill my sorrow and dry up my hopes. For my son must have his rightful place, his warm new body in my embrace. Goodbye, my Desiree. Perhaps I'll find you someday in some orphan's eyes and finally take you home. Until then, goodbye. Goodbye forever, lost love, Desiree.
Have any of you passers-by malignant growth that grew with time, so that even in the profoundest slumber, there was the shadowy consciousness or the phantom of thought of the tooth beside the growth. Even so, thwarted love, defeated ambition, or a blunder in life that mixed your life hopelessly to the end will pass through your dreams in the final sleep until perfect freedom from the earth's sphere comes to you as one who wakes, healed and glad in the morning. Ladies. This is a talent show.
No? What do you see in front of you?
You couldn't pay me to let you on this program, ladies.
She's easy. She can be bought.
You'll be Act 14. Wait, ladies, what do you call yourselves?
We are the Swine Lake family.
Beverly Sheridan playing the accordion. group is from the executive board. Their names are the new Neighbors Executive Board ladies. We're bringing class back to New Neighbors, the Kazoo Band. Didn't I tell you we were in store for some real good talent? Well, listen, we have been in store too. We've been very fortunate with New Neighbors to have everyone is greatly welcomed into the New Neighbor League, and the women that are coming in are so talented. But we've got one in particular that's really been received warmly because she's made a big difference to the New Neighbor League's contemporary chorale. She's a very talented lady. Her name is Peggy Waldenschmidt, and she's going to sing one of my favorite songs, My Man, I Love Him So. without a stand for her music. And so that's the reason why she stopped, because the music went down. She was a trooper. Okay, ladies, that's the end. I forgot, at 14. Yes, ladies. Come on, ladies. I blew it.
You said we have no talent, no class. Out here in the hall, there was a gentleman and he's a talent scout. He signed us up for the Rockettes. From now on, our name is going to be the Boom Boom Girls. We will no longer be able to perform in Dayton under amateur set. This time, you will pay. Come on, girls, off to the Big Apple.
Recognize them. Carol Cook tried to wear that thing down in front of her face, so you would recognize her. Ladies, again, I'm sorry that it went a little over time. I hope we haven't inconvenienced you by it, and you've enjoyed it. And we really have a lot of very interesting and very talented ladies in New Neighbors, don't we?
And we just scratched the surface of our talent in this organization, and I really am proud of them because I just said, would you do this? And they created. I mean, they just came up with costumes and more ideas. And of course, my personal friends there, that was I had no idea.
No, she did not know. She didn't know about
The
this.
swine ballet. They said they'd fill in if I needed to build some more acts, you know. I said, well, we're up to 13. I don't think we need you gals, so I didn't mean to hurt their feelings. But it was wonderful, and I'm so proud of everybody at New Neighbors, and just wonderful friends. And you can see if you're new here, of course most of you have been here a while, but this is a wonderful organization, and when you put the word out, they show up. And I hope that maybe this will be the beginning of the first annual variety show, and maybe somebody else will carry it on. So.